You are now about to witness the awesome, crushing might. You're nothing. Whatever.
Well.
Fuck that shit. It's version 380. You all know that. Yes, you get to see how the sausage is made. Sorry. We're trying to figure out, at least this is live while it's free. There is no cutoff, but there is no more amnesty for people who show up late. You got to go through Substack to get it if you show up late, because it'll be set immediately to private after the end of the show. Listen, this is all supposed to encourage everybody to pay. We're coming up on, well, not coming up, we got a couple of weeks before the end of the month, but this is always on our minds, because the determining factor as to whether the show continues or dies is not whether I have enough to say, but whether you all want to pay enough for me to hear it. Otherwise, I could just talk this crap in the gym. And of course, my Spanish is not up to par to be able to effectively do the whole show in the gym. But I did have an interesting interaction in the gym today, the other day, in Spanish, because I wear sweats to training, always have. So when I fight, in just shorts and a rash guard, and the heat doesn't bother me. I call it heat training. And some guy comes up to me and says, and he speaks German, Dutch, English, and Spanish, and he comes up and says to me in Spanish, because he figures I'm Spanish, he goes, yeah, it's very, very, very cool here today, which I thought was hilarious. And also, all the guys in that gym over the age of 40 are on gear, which I think is wonderful. They all look like they're about to have fucking heart attacks. So we got no intro, whatever. Joan and I will figure it out. I went to Vodafone the other day and got an eSIM put on the card, eSIM put on the phone, so I could get text from a Spanish, as though I have a Spanish number, and from my U.S. number, and the whole phone is screwed up now. So that being as it may, I'm giving you a kind of a background as to how we got here. We're going to experiment. So ideally, what would happen is when I hear the opening strains of that Stigmata song intro, All of Nothing, I would start my usual intro, and then I would play out. But what do I know? What do I know? So yeah, and I was at first toying with the idea of recording the intro so that I don't have to do it new, because what if I get hit in the head and forget? But I always forget anyway, so it doesn't make a difference, and I think that's part of the charm of it, just to keep me sharp. It's my anti-Alzheimer's deal. So, hey, Mr. Robinson, version number 380. There we go. 0 of the Eugene S. Robinson Show Stomper. I'm your host, Eugene S. Robinson. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, because some of you have been freaking the fuck out, and it's getting on my nerves. Right? I'm not one of those guys that blocks people, that that defriends people, that reports people. I'm no fucking snitch. I'll tell you to juggle my nuts in your mouth and then send you on your way, typically. But this week, I'm going to name the people. If I know your name, former MMA fighter James Famisher up from Sacramento, fucking tell me he's ashamed of me. All these people. The only person, weirdly enough, who was fucking sensible about it was MAGA Marty G, who actually came to my defense online and said, Eugene's we disagree on politics 99%. 99%. But Eugene has got a good heart, and he's, and he's coming from the right place. So, some of you, what did one guy say? And I don't know what his name, a lot of these guys were in Australia, interestingly enough. GMBB was like, you fuckhead, a lot of ad hominem attacks, And as a point of personal pride, I remember the famous words of my friend Bubi Gamonashvili, who was a drummer for a band called Anti-Warfare. And he said to me, he grew up in Soviet Georgia, and he said to me, Eugene, anybody can say anything. We're doing shirts, Mr. RP. We're doing shirts. He said, you can say anything you want to me. anything you want. And he was Jewish. It was his family with, Soviet Jewry getting out of Soviet Georgia. Go dirty kike. You can call me whatever you want. But you put your hands on me, and then I'm going to kill you. So it's the same thing. Eugene, you're a fuckhead. Eugene, you're a piece of shit. You should be ashamed of you. You're a libtard. All of this, you're woke. All this stupid fucking internet talk where people don't even talk to each other in real life. And listen, and I have to say, it comes from a very singular portion of the community of people who read my stuff. You got the music people. Yeah, that's fine. You got the weightlifting gym people. They're kind of 50-50. The jiu-jitsu people, the MMA people, that community has been fucking activated. And I want to say, I want to give you the speech, Hyman Roth's speech from Godfather Part 2. It didn't ask who gave the order because it's the business that we're in. Didn't ask who killed Mo Green. Didn't ask. So this is where we end up. You're like, I didn't see. Guys were putting their knees on my neck at jiu-jitsu, saying, "Hey, George Floyd, ha ha ha." I didn't complain. For years and years, I've been here. Oh, the guy, the cop who showed disguised as a cop and killed the politicians in Minnesota. There were jokes about that. Didn't complain. I made not a single joke about Charlie Kirk getting shot in the fucking throat. And I just retweeted stuff out where John Mitchell, a guy who used to work for John Mitchell, Pulitzer Prize winner, writer from the LA Times, retweeted something out, but a guy who said, "You got to understand, my attitude is marked by indifference, the same type of indifference that white America has felt over, he named a whole bunch of things, Rodney King, blah, 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 blah." And he goes, "So, don't get angry at me. I'm just indifferent. I guess it's sad for you. Just like you said, I guess it's sad. You understand, you guys dish it out, you can't fucking take it. I printed out, you should be ashamed of yourself." And I want to say to guys like James, you can go fuck yourself, James Favisher. Now I tried on the Substack to dial a temperature down a bit, but you cry baby whiners, you fucking snowflakers, call it. I can't believe that you guys dish it out so well and can't take it. I can't believe it. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm missing the comments here. Yeah, sure. I just named them. You should subscribe to the Substack so you can get the show. You can get the show after the hour if you miss a portion of it, right? Exactly. Shoulder your burdens without fucking complaint. Thank you, RP. Thank you, RP. This fucking RP guy is former fucking military, Marine. I mean, it was level-headed. And I tell you something else. It was much more level-headed than initially I was coming out the box with, because I'm a fucking punk rock guy in my blood. In my fucking blood. And moreover, like I say in the Substack, I believe in the transformative powers of violence. When Arthur Bremer shot George Wallace and he said, "Penny for your thoughts," I thought that was fucking genius. And in the Substack, I soft-soaped it, honor, loyalty, respect, all the fucking bullshit. I got into an argument with a friend of mine who was black and religious. And he was like, at one point, he's like, "Well, you have to respect my beliefs." I go, "Why the fuck do I have to respect your beliefs? For what? You believe in some fucking God. I'm not an atheist, but we have a different conception of God. Okay? So respect. How about how I rub my anus on your Christ?" I mean, got very upset. And I think we didn't talk for like a year after that. I'm not on my call, his call. So the thing is, these guys can do all kinds of shit. They can, all the fucking bitches belong in the kitchen, Rodney, ha ha ha. All I do is print out the John Mitchell retweet, and I should be ashamed. You guys could, present company excluded, possibly, those other guys could say, go fuck yourselves. You know, this is all about making Zuckerberg rich. This guy's sending me long, go to my Facebook page and you read all, guys sending these long screeds about, I go, you're not doing shit, but sitting there in your underwear complaining, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm not complaining, I'm noting. Besides which, that's my brand. And I'm in my underwear. Yeah, no. So, do you think this is the problem? This is what the kid Nate and I were at loggerheads because he didn't think I was respectful enough about his take on fucking Russia versus Ukraine. This a fucking respectful enough. What the fuck? That's not why people listen to us. If you were my friend, this is what you're gonna get. Those of you who have met me in person on this last Bunwell tour, who came to the shows and met me in person, you can attest to the fact that there's a one-to-one correlation between what you see and how I am. You know, so, you know, the slow slide of MMA into Trump ball juggling is fucking, I've had it. Fucking had it. And I held my fire for years. Through the first Trump administration, they didn't say anything. Didn't ask who put the order in. The January 6th, you know, as guys told me, hey, that was no worse than BLM, or, you know, that was just like a tour group going through there. Didn't ask. You know, people are now saying, hey, what's wrong with Eugene? Is he losing his mind now that he's gone to Spain? Let me tell you exactly what's happened. I'm going to share something with you that I've never shared with anybody. Starting in 2018, I started to have facial problems. I'm a vain man. I'm not talking about acne. I've talked briefly, kind of a little bit on this show about it. I'm talking about this eye. You know, I was doing a lot of videos for Ozzy before I won an award, which then caused Carlos to kill all of the video that I was doing because nobody could shine for convicted fucking felon Carlos Watson but him. But I started to notice it first then. I get nervous right away. I'm like Charlie on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm panicked, right? I'm putting all these red lines I'm looking online. What does this mean? Am I having a stroke? I mentioned to anybody. I'm nervous. My friends who are doctors, I don't say anything. But over the years, I'm watching the eye get more and more. I have another martial arts friend that I know. And dude, his eye is now started the same way, and his eye is now almost completely closed. He's got to lean his head back to look at you with his one eye. And I'm fucking internally panicked about this thing because I'm a vain man, panicked about it. You know, fucking worried about it. Sometimes you see me in the show and I'd be like, if the shoes fit, I'd be doing stuff like this to keep wearing the glasses. And I go, this is a ship that's not, I'm gonna have to fucking eye surgery? Am I gonna have to have cosmetic surgery on my fucking eyelid to keep my eye open? But about a month in fucking Spain, and I'm brushing my teeth the other day and I go, oh my God. I find out online the shit is caused by stress. All of that fucking American agita is gone. It's gone for me. So I'm just kind of willy-nilly tweeting, you know, I had to explain to somebody that you have to understand, you know, this is like just throwing shit at the wall. It's just throwing shit at the wall. Find something interesting. You know how many fart fetish videos I fucking put out there? It's fun, just sending stuff out. People are seriously asking if I've gone crazy. They've been having elected ambassadors to people closer to me to back channel to me, go, are you okay? I mean, yeah, it's stress. Yeah, man. It's stress, which I don't feel. I feel great. I feel great. Outside of having to deal with the Spanish workmen and tradesmen, I show up on Thursday. And man, Thursday's over. Yeah, I see you on Friday. Okay, Friday. When time you showing up? It's almost Saturday. Let's just make it Tuesday. Thank God the house was 95% finished. The last 5% is nettlesome. It's weird shit too. It's weird shit with the house. Just weird shit. But the good news is, well, I shouldn't even really talk about this. But the good news is, if things go really bad in Spain right now, at least I can defend myself, read between the fucking lines. So anyway, outside of, and I have to tell you, I took purposely, I mean, June and I were working on the show, but I put out the Substack and I can track all of the MAGA world, and it's not even just US. MAGA world in the fucking UK, subscribers, free subscribers, so whatever, free subscribers to Substack, I forget what it's called on Substack when they, I can look. Well, on Substack when they hey, I'll look while I'm doing the show. When you're doing on Substack and let's see, what do they call it? It's called, I got enough here. I have plenty. I just delete them. Disabled is what it's called. Disabled. And essentially all of MAGA world. And don't give me that shit about the sanctity of fucking life. I don't know how old you are, but however old you are, if you live in the US or the UK, by the time you were 25, you witnessed like 60,000 fucking murders on TV. How many times did you watch that Charlie Kirk video? This shit doesn't impact us anymore. It has zero effect on us anymore. So don't give me that shit, the Monday morning quarterbacking thing about the sanctity of human life. We don't give a fuck about that. Sanctity of human fucking life. My ass. The guy, he said the same thing I'm fucking saying. And it's that, whatever. People die every day. That's a line from the Bad Lieutenant, which I quoted before. He said, "What are you guys getting so upset? She was raped and killed. Women get raped and killed every day. What difference does it make? She's a fucking nun." Kirk says empathy was for losers. Whatever. People, Yeah. Somebody said, "Eugene, I can't believe you're a Second Amendment guy." I said, "Just read the Substack." He goes, "I won't, you fuckhead." And I go, when you insult me, it's just embarrassing for you. I feel sorry for you. Just read the Substack tomorrow. He goes, "I won't. I don't need your pity." I go, "Okay, look, goodbye." I blocked that guy. Fucking scumbag. Listen, I'm trying to be like Booby. Words are just words. Most Americans should remember that at this point. Words are just words. But I am also still a guy in the early days of the internet who showed up at a guy's house and waited in my car in front of his house for 3 hours, texting him the whole time to come on out. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man. Why? They gave you a death stare. Why? I mean, the thing is, if you read the Substack, and I know it came too close to the beginning of the show, I know it's a little too close to the beginning of the show, but if you read the Substack, I said, this is not going to end well for anybody. And if very specifically, Mike the cop, who RP knows, started sending me a bunch of stuff that I had to go through. And I think what Mike the cop was saying is, he said it was like a long, I haven't had time to get to it. I'll probably get to it tomorrow. It's a long list of, he texted this thing, but he's like, I'm going to paraphrase what he said. And he said, have you noticed a similarity in the demographic? I don't know. So, RP might remember. There's a time in jiu-jitsu when I just, apropos of nothing, would just scream out as we're rolling, homosexuality is fun. And nobody told me to stop that. But I stopped it finally because I could see that it was making everybody uncomfortable. But anyway, King New York is great. So anyway, that's the show. Bad Boss Brief should be out. It's called by Nick Six. The subject was suggested by Nick Six from Dazzling Killmen, who have a new record out, which you should get. It's great. Buy the Whipping Boy record. It's on digital now, so you don't have to get the vinyl or the CD or the cassette tape. You can listen to it digitally. Disillusion, the Moo remix, and that's all I got. That's all I got. Thanks for listening, and I'll end the show like I usually do. Look what you made me do! Damn it, just about don't die blood.
Thanks for joining us this week for yet another episode of the Show Stomper podcast, featuring your host, Eugene S. Robinson. Be sure to follow Eugene's weekly newsletter, which is a soaring hit at eugenesrobinson.substack.com. If you're still on Twitter, he's at Eugene S. Robinson. While you're at it, follow him on Insta at Mr. Sleep 3, that's the number 3. For more episodes of the show that seemingly never ends, go to showstomper.substack.com and become a subscriber today. Eventually, it will house all the Knuckle Up archives we can locate. We already have all the jiu-jitsu breakdowns for free. Check out Eugene on the Bad Boss Brief podcast every other Wednesday morning, as well as the If the Shoes Fit podcast. Pick up his memoir, A Walk Across Dirty Water and Straight into Murderer's Row today, and be sure to leave him a much appreciated honest Amazon review.
Hey, are you still there? I'm here too. This is me, June M. Williams, Eugene's producer.
The Show Stomper has been produced by Original Designs, owned and operated by me, June M. Williams. I provide Eugene with videography, original show graphics, motion graphics, show logos, podcast syndication, social media, and more. I can be reached at originals@gmail.com, spelled ORIJUNELS @gmail.com.